This is the summary created from the video. Lecture 44 Swing II. In the previous module, we discussed Java Swing and its components, which are GUI widgets for developing graphical user interfaces. The components covered likely included basic GUI elements like buttons and menus. The Separator component divides the display into two areas with different look and feel settings. It has two constructors and two methods that are used to create a visual separator, and it can incorporate menus, tabs, and other menu elements for enhanced functionality. The provided example illustrates how to implement JSeparator in a window program. The JProgress bar component is an interesting tool that displays a dynamic progress bar, showing the percentage of completion for file, operations or tasks. Java programs can include progress bars using 4 constructors and various methods. The example demonstrates a progress bar at the midpoint and upon completion of a task, illustrating how to integrate and customize progress bars in Java programs. The JTree component displays directories and files in a tree structure, similar to a file explorer. It has 3 constructors and uses the mutable treeNode class to create nodes. To create a tree, you define a root node, add child nodes, and then add grandchild nodes and so on. The example creates a style root node, adds color and font child nodes, and then adds a raid grandchild node under color. Tree is useful for representing hierarchical data structures in Java GUI applications. The JColorChooser component allows users to select a color from a palette, similar to the font color options in Microsoft Word. The default palette has 200 colors, with the option to add more. The ColorChooser method displays the chosen color value for use in the program. The example includes a button to open the ColorChooser, allowing the user to select a color, which is then used for drawing or writing, and the recently selected color is displayed. The Tablet pane component enables organizing different windows or views into tabs within a frame. These tabs can be customized with names like Photo Album 1 and Photo Album 2. The tabs can be placed at the top default, bottom, left, or right using the tab placement parameter. The tab layout policy manages how new tabs are added and arranged within the tabbed pane. The example demonstrates creating a frame with a container that includes a tabbed pane. The JSlider GUI component allows users to select a value by dragging a slider using the mouse. The slider can be manipulated to represent desired positions or values in the system. JSlider has constructors and methods for customization and interaction. A sample program demonstrates the usage of JSlider by dragging and releasing the slider. JSpinner is another related GUI component, similar to JSlider for value selection. The JSpinner component allows control of numerical or discrete values via a spinner UI element. It has constructors and methods available to configure the JSpinner's behavior. The example shows a spinner with default values and a specified range of 0 to 10. The range and increment step size can be customized, such as a range of 0 to 100 with a step size of 0.5. Running the program with different settings demonstrates the customization options for JSpinner. The JLaChooser component is useful for developing system programs involving file selections. It displays files in the current directory and allows file operations like saving, copying, and opening. JLaChooser is a Java Swing component with 4 constructors. A simple program can display different folders and files within them using JLaChooser. By specifying the directory, JLaChooser can display files from a specific location. The Juggler button component functions as a button with binary toggling states, such as on-off or open-closed. It has 2 constructors and numerous methods to control its behavior. The provided example creates a JToggle button with on and off states. Clicking the button toggles its state between the 2 defined states. Initially, the button is set to the on state, and clicking it toggles it to the off state. The toolbar component resembles a menu bar, but is specialized for quick access to common actions. It has 2 constructors and many methods. Similar to JMenuTool, it provides a toolbar with options like file and it containing sub-options. Toolbars enable easy development of graphical user interfaces GUIs in Java programs. The JTooltip component is initially off, but clicking it will switch the state to on. Toggling occurs in response to a triggering event like a button click. The button value is automatically updated to reflect the new state 0 or 1. Container classes like viewport allow viewing content in separate areas. Gport is nested classes, values, constructors, and numerous methods. The viewport can display backgrounds, styles, and themes using different constructors. It is advised to practice use different constructors and methods to understand the functionality and aim to develop programs by identifying requirements and realizing them using the concepts. This chapter discusses components and containers in Java Swing and AWT. Containers include frames, panels, dialog boxes, and applets. Applets, though not covered in examples, can also contain components. Java Swing containers are similar to those in AWT, but with a better look and feel. The key concepts for containers in Java Swing are covered in this text. The JPanel component is a container that can nest panels within each other. JPanel has a constructor that takes a layout manager to manage components within it. Layout managers like flow layout, border layout, and grid layout work the same as in AWT. An example shows a DRAM containing a panel with 2 buttons added to the panel. Experiments can be done by changing the panels, background, components, and so on in the code. The DRAM component is explained, including its nested class, fields, and constructors for initialization. JFrame can have different styles, titles, and configurations during initialization. Methods are provided to extract information and control the program using frame. An example demonstrates creating a DRAM with button and a label. To include a JFrame in an applet, extend the applet class instead of using the main method. In Java Swing, creating an elegant calculator UI is simpler compared to AWT. The calculator design involves adding components like buttons and text fields to a container and arranging them using layout managers like grid layout or flow layout. Event handling is done by registering action listeners for user input. Customizations include setting text color, size, and retrieving input values. The implementation of a calculator in Java Swing involves 3 major steps: layout design, component placement, and event handling mechanism. It describes creating a frame, text fields, labels, strings, and constructor initialization. It explains setting the look and feel view manager, creating buttons, panels, and action listeners. It also details appending text to the text field, clearing it, and handling operators like addition, subtraction, division, and multiplication. The recommendation is to execute the program step by step for understanding and compare AWT and Swing components. GUI components and application interactivity and usability. Progress bars visualize task completion for operations. Tree is well suited for representing hierarchical data. Color Chooser allows dynamic color selection for customization. Tabbed panes organize the interface into multiple views or windows. Sliders and spinners enable value selection via GUI controls. Cursor facilitates file operations across directories. Jogger button provides binary on-off toggling functionality. Toolbar offers quick access to frequently used actions. Container classes enable content organization and separation. Please stay tuned for more summary videos.